In order to bring about new beginnings, we have to bring about endings. In order to renew ourselves, we have to change the things that compromise our wholeness. Today, I'd like to talk about when we get to those crossroads in our lives and we're uncertain as to which way to go. Right now, it's the 22nd of July, 2020, and our world is in the midst of a shift that is affecting humanity. It's a very scary time. It's also been a time for many of us where we've explored new ideas, new ways of living, operating, thinking, in a manner that we may not have ever done had we been operating in the same cycle that we were accustomed to prior to the virus and everything else that has manifested since this virus has captured the world in its grip the way that it has. I've received messages from a few people telling me that they're at a point in their lives where they're about to make some great life changes. And I applaud them. There's so much fear that comes with change, especially now. Many of us are not working. Many of us are unsure what tomorrow brings because we're so used to being in control or feeling like we're in control. And we realize that we are not in control at all right now. So I too have been going through my own moments of, okay, Lisa, what's going to happen? I haven't had any shows since November 2019. Almost 50 shows have been canceled. My record label is virtually missing in action. I feel very alone right now in terms of my career. And I have no idea what any of this means in terms of my music, my concerts, my ability to make a living, much less share joy and my heart with my beloved fans and people from the stage. So I wrote some things down that I wanted to share because as I've been contemplating and reflecting, crying, praying, trusting, I've been also keeping notes. So let me share this with you. I wrote to a friend recently that I feel like this is a purification time. Even though when we're going through purification, it doesn't really radiate like that. We don't think of it in those words. I feel like I've reached, at least for the moment, and when I have my moments of clarity and stability and calibration, that when I look at this period from a bird's eye view, I continue to cleanse that which no longer serves, but which has been so familiar for so long that clinging to it is so emotional, you know? Oftentimes, we can confuse, oftentimes we are so familiar with what's familiar, and it's so easy to stay in a familiar cycle that it's painful, and that we know, let me say that again. Oftentimes, we are so familiar with what's familiar, and it's so easy to stay in a familiar cycle that's painful and that we know is not good for us because it is familiar. Does that make sense? It's my phone ringing. When we choose to do something different, that can come with so much doubt and worry and fear and all the rest. I feel like this is another death, if you will, that I realize is taking place in my life journey now, and another rebirth. So here I am. In order to bring about new beginnings, we have to bring about endings. In order to renew ourselves, we have to change the things that compromise our wholeness. I know there are many of us out here who feel a restlessness, anxiety, worry, fear, doubt. And sometimes even hopelessness. When I look at where I am in my own journey, my age, how long I've been doing this, and I say, gosh, Lisa, you should be so much further along than you are right now. That does not necessarily inspire a smile. Yet I'm smiling. 2 weeks ago, I felt like I couldn't get up off the floor. Everything that I was trying to do, I felt like I kept getting knocked down. I feel like I've been struggling for a long time to get further ahead than I am. And I feel like every time I've been at the precipice where I was about to fly, something cut me off at the knees. So a couple of weeks ago, I laid down on the floor. I'm actually going to do a post on the floor one day. A good friend of mine used to say, you can't fall from the floor. And I said to myself, well, since I can't get up, let me just get comfortable on the floor. And when I laid down on the floor, there's stability there. There's strength there. There's indestructibility there. Mother Earth is there. She's got you. She's not going to let you fall. When there's smoke, what do they tell you? Get down on the floor. All right. So that's what I told myself. I'm just going to get comfortable right here, and clarity will come. And I'm happy to say that it did. And sometimes when clarity comes, it's not in the form that we expect. When I pray for the ability to recognize the answer when it comes. Because oftentimes, as the elders used to say, be careful what you pray for. Oftentimes our prayers do not come in the manner that we expect. However, the answers do come. So, for those of you that may be exploring possibilities, thinking, dreaming, envisioning something different, something greater, something more joyous, lighter, more rewarding, keep dreaming. Hold on to that. Stay on course. Your heart is talking to you. Your heart is a strong guide. It is our GPS. And while we may not have all the answers, our hearts tell us how we're really feeling. We are not accustomed to listening to our hearts. Oh, the mind, oh my, the mind. The intellect will talk us out of a plethora of things. How many times have our hearts said, go this way, but the mind said, go this way, and we went this way, and we wish we'd gone that way. I find that when I look back at many decisions I've made in my life, that is the same cycle. I didn't listen to my heart. I didn't listen to my instincts. So I'm here to tell you, listen to your hearts. The answers will come. Jump and the net will appear. Trust. Have faith. Have faith in yourself. Be your own best friend. What would your best friend tell you? Well, depends on what kind of best friend you have, actually, right? Some will come up with every worry and every negative scenario possible. But then there may be others who will cheer you on and say, good idea, you got what it takes, go for it, you'll never know till you try. Boom. So I'm here to tell you, from me to you, that we never know until we try. We're only here in this life. We're meant to be happy. We're meant to be at ease. Our smiles are meant to radiate from the inside out. And from someone who has started over many times in her life and who's about to do so once again, I urge you to be mindful of the critic in your head, that judge in your head. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? Well, how are you going to survive? Well, you don't really know. Well, what are people going to think? What if I fail? There are all these things. Remember that post I did about worry? There's all these voices that will try to talk us out of pursuing our happiness and pursuing our contentment. And when those voices come, be mindful of that and switch that channel. I wish you all the best. Let's check back in about a year. 22nd of July, I got my dragon watch here. 22nd of July, 2021. I'm going to mark my calendar. And mark yours too. Remind me, please. I'm getting older, so I have a tendency to forget. Let's see where we are in our lives. Let's see where we are in the world. Where the world is. I'm confident it's going to be a much better place. Stay light. Stay inspired. Stay strong. Keep dreaming. And wait a minute, where's my little thing? Keep shining. I like that. Oh, well, I hit the button and it kept going. So hit the like button, subscribe, give me your comments. Bye.